Our problem area is sustainability and specific food waste. I filmed one of our end user stakeholders called Beth using our app ReciMe for its main use case. As you can see on the right, she only had some potatoes, bread, peanut butter and onions to work with. As you can see on the left, she opens up our app which brings first-time users to the pantry and logs potatoes. She enters the weight in kilograms. It uses a different metric depending on the ingredients, say litres for milk, which meets our functional requirement precisely. She also enters the expiry date for the food item, which in this case was the same day, meaning the potatoes would have been wasted had it not been for ReciMe. She follows the same process for our onions, then presses the back button. Now she has 2 items in our pantry and she can freeze our onions so that ReciMe knows they will still be in date for future recipes. As you can see, there are 4 tabs on the bottom, each with a clear purpose, which we had as one of our non-functional requirements as we found our stakeholders like simplicity. When we move to the leftmost feed tab, 100 of our recipes from our pantry ingredients begin to generate, and they display the recipes which you have the most amount of ingredients for at the top to discourage the user from buying more ingredients for a recipe rather than using the ones they already have. Upon clicking on a recipe, it displays ingredients you already have and ingredients you are missing. In this case, Beth had some leftover garlic which she still hadn't logged, so she chose to cook the oven potatoes as you can see on the right. You can also view macros which solve some of our end users' ethical concerns in case of wanting to know sugar levels for diabetes, for example. Furthermore, we can drag the green slider to increase the recipe's portion size, which encourages bulk cooking, which is easy to freeze and reheat, which in turn encourages the user to use all their ingredients rather than throw away leftovers. When you click Continue Recipe, it displays the rest of the instructions, and once you click on Finish Meal, the ingredients used can automatically be removed from the pantry. Just to show the ordering feature, if we add garlic to the pantry, then the oven potatoes will now be at the top and it will show other garlic-based recipes lower down also. On the right, we now see Beth using ReciMe to help make her stir fry from leftover ingredients. Moving to the third tab, the carbon footprint, we meet our non-functional requirement for gamification to encourage the user to save CO2. As you can see, it shows CO2 output by weekly or monthly amounts. This is calculated using the expiry date feature in our pantry tab, so unless a user freezes their food, ReciMe assumes it is wasted. Also, ReciMe alerts users once food is about to go out of date with notifications to help the user either use it or freeze it. Here we display 2 months of test data which shows Beth that she ought to buy less lamb because she tends to let it go off before eating it, which is a waste of the high CO2 emissions per kilogram for this red meat. Currently our pantry has 50 ingredients and every ingredient's CO2 per kilogram is stored on our database server. Finally, the fourth tab is the blacklist, which helps solve some of our end users' ethical concerns regarding diets and intolerances, which may also be related to their religion. To meet our functional requirements precisely, we do not ask for any reasoning from the end user, such as religion, as this is unnecessarily personal. We just allow diets and intolerances for selection. Furthermore, blacklist data is stored locally so that the user can feel comfortable their information isn't illegally shared, whereas all other data is stored on the server, as end users request this to prevent them from having to relog everything in their pantry. On the right, I show the receipt, as you can use this to quickly log ingredients after every shop.